I used to write a lot about feminism. I used to write a lot about, like, I was out here hating men before it became a thing.
Do you think she's going to pick a man who exists outside of the parameters that she hates, notably masculinity? And how much you want to bet that's going to be a man she doesn't respect, and how much you want to bet that relationship doesn't last? And they will still give that same advice to all other young women. You know, I've said this, and now I've been spending more time, we all have, watching female-centric content, particularly female-centric advice content. It's always bad. I know you shouldn't speak in gross generalizations. I'm fine with it. I'm really, really fine with it.
You're so much more right than you are wrong on this.
I haven't seen good advice.
I know.
I haven't seen good advice from public female figures.
Yeah.
Not once have I seen it yet. Certainly not as a method of programming. So if you are not, here's exhibit Z5412. Swedish singer Zara Larsson. If you guys aren't familiar with her, here's her rant on abortion to maybe jog your memory.
I've seen this like comment that I made on a page that was saying she got an abortion after the show. I was like, yes, I killed the performance, and then you killed it after the performance. Like, sorry, that's funny. Like, I don't know what to say. That's funny. Sorry if you don't have humor. Why can't it just be okay for a woman to want to have an abortion?
Do you really want me to list the ways? First off, don't really like you telling other people that they need to have a sense of humor, because it's quite clear that you don't. Second, it's ending a life. That's a big thing. It's careless. It's bad advice. It shows that you're a sociopath. It's also emblematic of the degradation of our society. She also posted this on Instagram, just so you guys kind of get the kind of claims and advice being given out. She wrote, I love immigrants. I love criminals. I love trans people. I love abortions. I love queers. I love slutty women. I love contraception. I love welfare. I love socialism. I effing hate ICE. And so, of course, she's going to be given a platform on the Call Her Daddy podcast. But let's just look at that again. The left makes these claims. Now, what they believe they are making is a virtuous claim. Everything she just said, she thinks is, yeah, this is going to be really good for me. Let's go through that and apply the logic that the feminist left, they're allergic to. It's like garlic to a vampire. I love immigrants. Okay, why? That's a racist statement. There are good immigrants. There are bad immigrants. I love criminals. Why? That's not racist. You're just a stupid person. That's a very stupid statement to make. I love. What do you mean?
Which criminals?
Do you mean
rapists, murderers? Just you like thieves or just drug dealers? Which ones?
Irina Zarutska, the man who sliced her throat. You like the Carlos Brown Jr.? You love criminals? Right. It's a stupid statement. I love trans people. Why? You hate science? You hate biology? I love abortions. Why? Beyond just being selfish and cruel. What is the virtue of abortion? I love queers. Why? Oh, it's tokenism. So there's no reason to say I love queers. There are some awful queers. By the way, I'm also glad that now we can say queers. You weren't allowed to say it. Remember Joe the plumber? He was fired for using the word queers.
Are we allowed to smear them?
It depends what you're smearing them with.
If it's a game. But if it's a game, yes.
There's a lot of smearing going on at the Folsom Street.
I was thinking cream cheese.
Feces.
It's just tokenism. It's a stupid statement. You don't think, if you pick 100 queers, is there going to be one who you don't like? I would wager most of them I don't like. I love slutty women. Why? Oh, to try and ease your own guilt? I love contraception. Why? See previous answer. I love welfare. Why? Because you want to destroy the human spirit? I love socialism. Why? Because you support more murder, historically? Regimes responsible for more deaths, more genocide than any other ideology in the history of the modern world, or arguably the world period. I effing hate ICE. Why? Why do you hate ICE? Why do you hate people who are doing their job trying to keep Americans safe and trying to ensure that our vote isn't stolen? It's just a stupid thing. The point is, she puts this out there and it's as simple as this. These people in Hollywood, these people in the entertainment industry, these elitists, they don't have anyone around them just go, what? That's it. Just imagine if she had a dad and a few people around her who like, I love criminals. And they're like, don't say that.
Yeah, unless you're a student in Yuma, Arizona, don't say that.
Yeah, I love welfare. Like, that's just stop. You're saying stupid things. You just said a lot of stupid things, thinking that they sound anything other than stupid. But here's the thing: you heard all that, and that's to make a point. You go, this is asinine. The people on the feminist left, or the Call Her Daddy podcast, or Call Me, whatever it is that they call it, they hear that, they go, ooh, this is someone with something interesting to say. She says what I like to hear said. And that's why it brings us to our newest installment of Call Me Daddy.
Oh, he shoots threes on and off the court. And I'm like,
professional
Don't
porn.
love your job. Job your love.
And our bodies and our looks.
It's because of male desire.
Can you off enough?
Tell us about it, Daddy.
Oh, you don't do that. I don't like
But the screen told me to do
I
it.
know, but I don't want you to.
Call me Daddy.
What's the problem, Daddy?
I want the stop.
We still having lunch together later, Daddy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ew.
Yes, mummy.
Does that make Gerald granddad?
Fine.
I'm trying to do the math. I don't know. Either way, it's disturbing.
Sorry.
And if you are not yet a member, hey, this is gonna get probably wild and woolly. You can click that button, join Rumble Premium. Mug Club is Rumble Premium. Rumble Premium is Mug Club. 100% more show. You get the Friday show. You get everything ad-free and all these other creators that you see here. It's your one-stop shop. Call Her Daddy. After all those stupid things that you saw. Again, we need women who will give other women good advice. They just don't exist. By and large, there are always exceptions. And the truth is, the women who would actually give good advice, they're typically not public figures because they're taking their own advice, right? They're supporting a family. They're being mothers. They're being wives. They're being active pillars of their community. They're not going out there chasing social media clout. Here is Larsson on this social media clout chasing podcast, claiming that she hated men before it was cool.
I've been like beefing with people online since I was like 14 and I had my blog and I would just, but I used to write a lot about feminism. I used to write a lot about like, I was out here hating men before it became a thing. Yes, no, truly. And when it comes to me personally, I think, like when I have a bad day, it just reinforces what I feel like I already felt.
Right.
It reinforces what I feel like I already felt. Now, I know that sounds stupid to the uninitiated and the initiated, but it is reflective of how she processes information. I feel like it validates what I felt. Where does think enter into the equation?
Yeah.
It doesn't. You think that host who looks like Janet the Muppet or Janice the Muppet is going to give her good advice? What was it? Was it Janice? Janet? Yeah, man. No, it's all about I feel. And here's the other thing. I used to hate men. Okay, so do you think that she is going to learn and adapt? As men do, there are things about women that annoy men, and there are things about women that we love. And we go, okay, we'll take the good with the bad. Or do you think she's going to pick a man who exists outside of the parameters that she hates, notably masculinity? And how much you want to bet that's going to be a man she doesn't respect, and how much you want to bet that relationship doesn't last? And they will still give that same advice to all other young women. Why? Because she feels like it validated what she felt. I sincerely want to kill myself right now.
Well, she's known it all since she was 14.
With a blog.
She's been hating men. Why?
She's been hating men since she ever met one.
Yeah.
Or before she met one.
Well, that actually brings us to the next point. She may know the root of her problems, as would be no surprise to those who suspected.
How have you really managed to decenter men from your life? Can you give the girls listening a little go-to guide?
I used to crave that so much. I don't know if it's like a classic, my dad. But my dad, I love my dad and my dad loves me, but he was away a lot. You know what I mean?
You're like, we got to go back to the origin story. It's always the dad.
Right.
What's the relation with the dad? I wanted my dad's attention.
Yes.
So
I thought you were decentering from men.
Yes, exactly. But I think now also, maybe I hate to say it, but in my relationship now, I think he has made me realize that I don't need outside validation.
What?
I thought you did need it.
That's your entire career.
That's why you're there.
And by the way, it's not lost on me that being a performer, being a host, I do require some degree of validation, meaning your viewership, it means that there's something of value that you care about. Now, in her case, she's not really creating content. She's out there just making statements with no substantiation. She actually is the poster child for needing validation. That's why she'll just state more hyperbolic shit because she needs more and more attention while convincing herself that she's not, because she feels like it validates what she felt. And then you, the young man, will be vilified for speaking out against this.
Yeah. This is the danger of being in her position, right? Since 14 years old, she's been hating on men. She's been seeking validation outside since 14 because she had a blog. She was writing about this stuff. She wasn't writing in a diary for herself. She was putting it out for other people to look at, agree with, and validate. When she has that moment where the spotlight turns off, oh my God, it is going to be a very dangerous place for her because all of the outside validation she thought she didn't need will be gone.
Yeah.
And you will be left with only yourself, and it will not be pretty.
Right. But they'll say that, right? They'll go like, I was learning to be happy being single, be with myself.
Yeah, no.
They're never actually happy being alone. Hopefully now you appreciate why, I'm incredibly difficult, because the social team is how I drive them nuts all the time. Like, oh, we should get some IRL videos, you in the gym. And remember people visited, they're like, why are there no mirrors in the gym? Like, because I don't want anything that encourages or fosters vanity. Yeah. Because it is so easy to get away from.
That's why I put all the mirrors in my office.
Yeah. So. Also, you put them in your sex tape room, but it's just you.
That room's no longer in use.
Yeah. He likes to.
Yes, it is.
He likes to see himself from angles we were promised DVDs to be.
Yeah, why are there mirrors on your floor?
Yeah. That's because he likes to space
I do like
us.
that angle.
This makes me look kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, that's just you.
Gerald likes weird.
Son of a... This makes no sense.
Hey, Jesse, what's wrong, man? Looks like somebody burnt your bagel.
Oh, well, I'm trying to figure out why my bank charged me 3 times for a super chat on YouTube.
Dude, first of all, ditch YouTube, go to Rumble. Second of all, just get the Rumble wallet. It's a non-custodial wallet with end-to-end encryption, keeps your crypto safe, like a crypto wallet.
Cryptid wallet?
No, hey, no, not cryptid, crypto. Crypto. What's a cryptid?
A cryptid?
Yeah.
It's a mythological creature, Josh. Kind of like the Mothman, Bigfoot, or even the Chupacabra.
No, crypto, which is real. Well, kinda. The point is, Rumble Wallet helps you to tip your favorite creators securely and quickly using cryptocurrency.
Cryptid currency.
Hey, no, not cryptocurrency. Look, I gotta go. Just get the Rumble Wallet, okay?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Rumble wallet. Wow, it's perfect. Hey, you gotta get in on this.
Seriously, download the Rumble wallet and step away from big banks for good. No fees, no middlemen, none of the crap you have to deal with where you go in and they say you have some concierge account, but it's some guy who wants to tell you about Bitcoin and he's doing mining. Lyle, go to wallet.rumble.com today. And you can also support your favorite creators. Step away from big banks. Rumble Wallet.
Hey, come on, do the thing. Come on, dude, just come on, do the thing. Just one time, come on, do the thing. Let's.
And then she goes on, of course, all of this. She has to, here's how you know she is criticism proof. She's a victim. Did you guys know that? She is the victim. So you hashtag believe all bitches. Here she is talking about how it's still really, really hard to be a woman.
You go on tour with all these women.
Yes.
Since surrounding yourself with women, what difference has that made for you in your career?
I feel so confident.
Yeah.
I feel so free in expressing myself. I also feel like for a lot of women, like in whatever kind of work they're doing, even like on tour, because we're all women on stage, but there's so much happening. Also, a lot of women holding the mics, performing, being pop stars, but
that's a
the
first.
Producers and the people working backstage, like nothing of this would work without people surrounding me or like the industry. So
now
I
do
think,
the stage grips.
They always just have to, the classic, work twice as hard to take or to get half the recognition that men get.
That is factually inaccurate. Women make up 3/4 of social media content creators, influencers, and they get up to 5 times more engagement than men.
Yeah.
You know this to be true. You've seen it. And by the way, you're guilty of it because someone takes a picture of them in a bathing suit, makes it a display picture, and you go, I'll check that out. Let's be honest. It's not the same thing. Also, both of them are millionaires, to be clear. So this is what they do. #BelieveAllWomen. Set the stage. It's much harder. We have to work twice as hard. Right. I see women holding microphones because the biggest artists of all time, both currently and historically, haven't been a pretty even split of 50-50 men and women. You probably would argue in music, more so women. But they're victims.
I think she meant like the credit due to the people that aren't on stage, like the producers.
No.
Well, I think that's what she said, because she said it. But she also didn't say their names or give them any credit personally at all.
Yeah. But
said the people holding the microphones, the performers. I think she was talking about women in general have to work twice as hard for half the recognition, which is just flat out false.
She also mentioned producers and stage
She mentioned all of it.
Yeah. There are plenty of female producers. Usually suck. Not all of them, but there's a lot of tokenism. Here's a good example. Stand-up. It's not that women can't be funny. There are funny women, okay? To be clear. It's that it's a requirement of men. Barring, genetic jackpot hitters, right? Men like that guy from South Africa, the macadamia nut guy, where you see him, you're like, well, that guy can take his pick. That's not fair. Barring that, men have to provide something. Humor is often at the top of women's lists, so men learn how to be funny. It is a requirement, a reproductive requirement. It is not a requirement of women at large, so fewer women apply themselves in said endeavor. And then you end up with, let's say, a stand-up showcase, a show where there's, let's just round it off, let's say 10 comics. Okay. You probably have a third or less of the applicants be women, but they will make up half of the performers. That has been my experience over many, many years. So you are drawing from a much shallower talent pool going, well, we got to put some women on there, even though if you had 50 applicants, only 10 are women, 40 are guys, you end up with 5 women, 5 guys. And so because it's not something that women are required to do, if you pick 10 men off the street, they are going to be funnier on average than 10 women. You will have men without a sense of humor, and you will have women who have a great sense of humor. Pick 10, pick 100, you'll have a much higher ratio of men who have a sense of humor. It's the tokenism that takes place.
You'll notice with the female comedians too, like a lot of times they're not trying to make the men laugh.
No.
Like they're not actively trying to make the men laugh. They're just doing what they think is funny, which is a lot of comics do.
Sure.
But if you want to have a successful career, you not complain about it, you have to make men laugh.
Right.
That's who's buying tickets.
Right.
I mean, same thing with the WNBA, but you have to make the men like the WNBA. That's who's buying tickets.
Right.
Ladies, you're not buying tickets. Buy the tickets.
Yeah.
But men do. Men will go like, hey, there's going to be a lot of, it's date night. It's Valentine's. I better have a lot of jokes that women like.
Right. Women, even going back to women producers, women will police something. This is something very different from men. Like how often do you hear men wanting to police women's magazines? Like this is what that should look like. Or Sephora. Actually, you should reorganize it this way, right? We don't. Women will police things that don't involve them or they're not interested in, like the WNBA. They don't want to watch sports.
They don't.
Like late night comedy. Late night comedy, I mean, for once upon a time, I believe it was like 80-90% men. But they go, well, it needs to change. And so the women will thrust themselves into positions of power, producing. And they'll say, well, we need to make this more female-centric, even though those women, like you said, won't show up and buy the tickets. Those women are not going to be tuning in anyway. They will police things that don't affect them because they're bothered by it. Men don't really do that. That's a primary difference. And women, often feminist women like this, they do it under the guise of being a victim. Also, a quick bonus fact, her boyfriend, Larson's boyfriend, banned from entering the United States due to a drug offense. She wrote, because I hated men, so I found a good one, but he can't come in because of the heroin. There's thousands and thousands of people who go to jail and prison over nonviolent crimes like drugs, mostly black and brown people because of Ronald Reagan being racist in the 80s and effing up communities.
What?
I don't know about y'all, but I'd rather have someone smoking crack on my couch than a effing ICE agent. Ew.
Prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it today.
Yes.
Invite a crackhead. Let him stay on your couch.
Yeah.
24 hours. Let him stay on your couch. See how much you love it.
I will start crack and bring my Tempur-Pedic pillow just to live on your house. Oh, sorry, live on your couch in your house. Actually, living on the house would be fun. They'd be like a Dr. Seuss novel.
I mean, you invite a crackhead on your couch, he's going to be on the house at some point. Yeah.
I will force my body into hopeless dependency on crack cocaine just so that I can try this out and sleep on your couch. I'm willing to bet you probably have security who'd stop me.
Yeah.
Willing to bet they're probably men.
It's just so fake too. Like, I don't think it's just that she's stupid. I think she's just leaning into like, I need to seem like I'm compassionate. I'm cool. ICE agents, ew, I don't like them. And drugs, oh my gosh, those are just nonviolent. It's like, let's give you the world that you want. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't last 5 minutes in that world. Yeah. You would be destroyed immediately if everybody could just do whatever. You love criminals, fantastic. There's no more laws against any of it. No, wait. No, you said you like criminals. You love queers. You love all this stuff, fantastic. Let's just let that run rampant. You become a sex slave in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what you are asking for, but you're then going to ask for somebody with the ability to stop it. Right. We're just saying don't go there.
Every time women get the world they want, right, that men warn against, it ends up harming them because of the unforeseen consequences to them that were seen by men. For example, women getting the shit kicked out of them in their own sports. Men said, no, we don't want this. Women said, we absolutely do. We want to be tolerant. Okay, here's the world you want.
No.
And then many of them have a problem with it.
Dude, we are so close to instituting a purge.
Yeah. There's a
just to be like, hey, this is what it looks like without the cop. Defund the police, defund ICE, everything. All right, 1 day a year.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Sexual liberation. We were like, men were saying, no, we don't want our daughters to, we don't want women to be that way. Like, we already have whores. Like, but they're a small subset. We don't need more whores. Yeah. We're like, no, sexual, and they'll say, well, that doesn't mean that you have the right to, no one's condoning or supporting sexual assault. But the unforeseen consequences, then you end up with Me Too, which ironically only takes place in those communities where sexual liberation ran rampant, notably leftist groups, the DNC, and Hollywood. You don't see it across the country to the same degree. The one place where rape culture exists in the United States is the depraved, degenerate entertainment industry. And what you're seeing with feminism, too, they try and blame men now for pushing back. Now, you might go, these are just stupid women. It's one of the biggest female-centric podcasts in the world, to be clear. It's the same thing that happened with the media. People thought for a long time that, I've said this before, Walter Cronkite was my God, an actual journalist. They'll go, back in the day when media, news was objective, that was never a thing. It's a lie that you bought. All that social media did, all new media did, was put it on display for everyone to see. Before the era of X and YouTube, formerly Twitter, CNN was seen as objective. Mm-hmm. It was just when you had the information, the access where someone could fact check it. Once upon a time, no one would have been able to fact check CNN when they said Donald Trump praised white supremacists as very fine people. Now it's been highlighted. It's the same thing that has happened with the feminist sphere. It's just that now it can be pushed back against. This has been the mainstream narrative since the 1960s. No one was able to say, well, hold on a second, that's horrible advice. Well, wait a second. That's misandry. That's hateful. That's prejudice. So it's not like this is new. It's just that now you are seeing it. And I need you to understand that an entire generation of women have been weaned on this. If you were born post 1965, this was the message you were hit with. People like this without any pushback. And that's why women, young women, are more miserable than ever. Yes, to a degree that is much more severe than young men. It's not that feminism has marginalized or deplatformed or eliminated the voices of men. It's that feminism has destroyed women. It truly has. Those two women before you are destroyed. They just don't know it yet.
No. When you said a minute ago that we have warned against that kind of world, we've done more than that. Like, we literally went to war and died to recreate or create, in this case, a new world where that stuff didn't happen. Like men did that for women. We created this world that you have now so that that kind of stuff wouldn't happen. And you wouldn't just be a sex slave in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're warning you not to go back because we will have to fight and die again to make sure that that world doesn't come back. Because it always wants to come back.
Yeah. And I will say this, the male perspective, I'll go back to her post on Instagram. Of course, not all women, but her post with all of her declarative statements is much more indicative of women in general, the feminine mindset. And of course, the feminist mindset, but overall the feminine mindset, whereas the masculine mindset is inherently more conservative. Now, I don't mean politically voting Republican. I mean the way in which it approaches and solves problems. So I'll read you her statement and then give you the counterbalance, which would be not even necessarily a politically conservative worldview, but a masculine approach. She goes, I love immigrants. Okay. The rational approach is, well, wait a second. That's a blanket statement. What's the net benefit? What kind of immigrant? Are they coming here from countries that share our values? Or do we know that they're going to be helpful here? Are they going to boost the economy? Or are they going to be harmful? Are they coming from countries where criminality is tolerated? Like, we can't just make the statement, I love immigrants. I love criminals. Masculine mindset. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why do you love criminals? You're a woman. You're most likely to be targeted because you're more vulnerable. That's why we actually don't want you in those kinds of environments. And we tell you to have a buddy system and not go out at certain times of the night or certain neighborhoods and maybe not wear that kind of a dress. I love trans people. What does that even mean? What do you mean you love trans people? That's an entire group of people. You understand that many of these people are mentally unstable and they have the highest attempted suicide rate in the industrialized world, higher than Jews in Auschwitz. I love abortions, even if it's a liberal guy. Well, a woman's right to choose, but I wouldn't say that I love abortions. It's safe, legal, rare. Like, it's not necessarily a good thing. I love queers. Well, you're just a bitch. I love slutty women. What is it? I'm assuming that you are one. Why would you say that?
Yeah,
That's not something someone would say. I love contraception. You're a loose lady, I would imagine. Contraception is a tool, but it's not really something that you should say you love. I love welfare. It sounds to me like you're in your ivory tower. Why would we say I love welfare? Hold on a second. What's the cost of welfare? Does it actually help people and bring them out of welfare, or does it kind of lock them in a stage of perpetual adolescence where we see that maybe it's a broken system? I love socialism. Would you care to substantiate that? Where has it worked? Where has socialism worked? Where has Marxism, socialism, communism worked? I know you'll probably go to those Norwegian countries now, but they were built on free market economies. You just make that blanket statement. I effing hate ICE. Well, okay, what enforcement mechanism should we have as far as immigration? I know you love that in general, but of course we don't want people coming here, trafficking human beings. What checks and balances? What safety measures would you take? It's two different ways of approaching the world. And I will tell you, the more important they're both checks and balances on each other. More important one is that of reason. And you don't find it on these female-centric shows. And then they want to blame the pushback, just like the mainstream left media wanted to blame the pushback and the correction. And so what do? They simply try and ban those voices, which, by the way, is also a very feminine viewpoint. It really is. Most men don't say, hey, let's ban this person because they express something that I don't like. They'll engage with them. It's far more common for women to go, let's just ostracize them and cut them out of the group. It needs to be pushed back against, because I tell you what, if this doesn't get fixed, if young men keep checking out of the dating pool saying, I'm not getting married, I don't want to date, there is nothing of note to me, nothing that interests me in today's female community. If that continues, you don't have a country. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. And I think that those men have good reason.
Yeah. We'll keep looking for a good podcast for advice for women. I'm
going to start one.
Good.
Wait.
Yeah.
Are you going to dress as a woman?
It's called Lopsided. It's about my breasts.
Oh, I thought it was going to be about your ball.
No, just the title's about my breasts.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's called Lopsided. It's an advice podcast for women. Mm-hmm. It's mostly just stuff to make my life better.
Yeah.
It's really just targeted at my wife and my mom.
Yeah. It's like, hey, maybe get your own place.
It's an audience of two.
Yeah. Hey, maybe put it to, you could unload the dishwasher every now and then.
Well, she does.
That's episode 42.
My wife's great.
I'm not talking about your wife. I'm not talking about your wife.
Oh, my mom? Yeah, unload that dishwasher,
Yeah.
lady. Good Lord.
Yeah.
You use 3 dishes in this house.
Yeah, spread your wings and fly.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still here, which is a miracle in the age of Instagram and shorts. I think you have some shorts up there. You have an attention span that is longer than that of a fruit gnat. So thank you. I'm glad you probably would like it a lot more if you actually head over and subscribe on Rumble. I'm live there 5 days a week, 11 a.m. Eastern, where free speech is still alive. Go to Rumble. Get off the social media ghetto that is YouTube, with a lot of homosexual activity here on YouTube. There may be some on Rumble, but I haven't seen it.